Doctors, what's the dumbest DIY treatment you've ever seen a patient attempt? I work nights at City General, and in 15 years I thought I'd seen everything. But last spring, this guy named Tom walked into our ER looking like he'd been mauled by a swarm of angry wasps. His roommate carried him in, both of them panicked and screaming about hornets. Tom was 28, worked construction, and had been dealing with chronic back pain from a herniated disc for 2 years. He'd been to 3 doctors, tried physical therapy, and even dropped serious money on acupuncture. Nothing worked long term, and he was getting desperate. Plus, he had this weird thing about not trusting doctors. Always said, Western medicine is just a scam to keep you sick. His roommate Mike later told us the whole story while Tom was unconscious. Apparently, Tom found some YouTube channel where this bearded guy in flannel claimed hornet venom was nature's perfect cortisone shot. The video showed him grabbing live hornets with tweezers and pressing them against his lower back, talking about how the venom reduced inflammation and boosted the immune system. Tom got obsessed. He ordered live hornets online from some sketchy bee farm in Oregon. When the package arrived, he built this makeshift enclosure in their garage using chicken wire and wood scraps. He even bought safety goggles and thick tweezers, thinking he had everything figured out. Tuesday evening, Mike came home from work to find Tom in the garage, shirtless, wearing those ridiculous goggles. He had the tweezers in one hand and was reaching into the hornet box with the other. Mike watched in horror as Tom grabbed a hornet and pressed it against his lower back, wincing as it stung him. "Dude, what the hell are you doing?" Mike asked. Tom just grinned and said, "Trust me, this is going to change everything. No more pills, no more doctors." He did it 3 more times, 4 stings total, right along his spine where the pain was worst. At first, Tom seemed fine. He was actually excited, saying the stings felt therapeutic and that he could already feel the inflammation going down. Then he collapsed. Mike found him on the garage floor convulsing. Tom's face was swelling up like a balloon. His tongue was so big he couldn't close his mouth, and he was making these horrible wheezing sounds. Mike called 911 immediately. When the paramedics arrived, Tom was in full anaphylactic shock. His blood pressure had crashed, his throat was closing up, and he was barely breathing. They had to intubate him in the ambulance and pump him full of epinephrine just to keep him alive. Turns out Tom had an undiagnosed bee allergy. He'd never been stung by anything before, so he had no idea. Those 4 hornet stings nearly killed him. If Mike had come home even 3 minutes later, Tom would have been dead. At the hospital, after we stabilized him and he could finally talk, I asked what happened. He told me the whole hornet venom story with a straight face, like it was the most reasonable thing in the world. "I honestly didn't think they were that venomous," he said, completely missing the point. I explained about the allergy, how the venom itself wasn't the problem, how he'd nearly died from anaphylaxis. He nodded along like he understood. Then I asked, "So what did you learn from this experience?" Tom looked at me dead serious and said, "Next time I'll use wasps. I hear they're stronger, so I probably won't need as many." I just walked out of the room without saying another word.